I'd consider loneliness as feeling alone even if you're in a group of people. It could be that you don't fit in, or it could be that you don't necessarily know the people well, and that can make you feel lonely. Whereas being alone doesn't necessarily mean that you're feeling loneliness. You can be in your own company and be very comfortable, whereas loneliness is quite the opposite.
Definitely. And it definitely isn't something that I thought I would experience as an adult. And I think for a long time I felt a bit embarrassed that I felt lonely, because I think there's a lot of expectations and we have ideas that maybe when you reach a certain age in your 20s that you have your friendship group, or that you know where your place is, that you figure out what you want to do with your life. And it's definitely something that I struggled admitting, I think, to myself and other people. Felt quite embarrassed to say that I felt lonely at times, because I didn't really know where my place was, and that definitely got worse during lockdown. So I think it's just taking me some time, I think, to work out what I really enjoy doing. And then through that, I've met people that I love spending my time with, and I don't feel so lonely now.
It depends like what situation is. So usually, if I'm feeling very like stressed out and everything, I go for a walk and listen to my music at the same time. Or listen to a podcast as well. So like I've got this film podcast that I usually listen to and everything, and they just a great laugh. Um, and that usually passes the time as well, so it helps with my stress levels and stuff. Read a book is also helpful, or listen to an audiobook, and just generally maybe even socializing with friends and stuff. So if I'm feeling like lonely, I always put into my group chat, do you guys want to hang out down in the cinema room? And they say, yeah, do you want to watch a film or play a game, stuff like that. So just try and socialize as well. Usually go for like also like once I both me and my friend were feeling quite down and stuff, so we just went outside to the park and just had to walk about and just have a chat, just get it all out of it, the system and stuff, or just even a phone call as well to your parents. That's always helpful as well, or just to a friend's like text message as well.
So luckily, mm, I pick out very very good friends that I can be very very open with, and I myself a very genuine person, and take and looking for the right friends who like having a genuine open person in their lives, and that they appreciate that is definitely a big thing about it. But I have no quarrel to talk about my mental health. If something's really really bothering me, I've learned that in the past keeping it inside, and there's nothing worse you can do than keeping it inside. If you're able to express fully what is wrong with you, it helps you express it not only to others but to yourself as well.
Well, it's very subjective sometimes because you can be close to people but still feel alone. Um, so I would say it's try and go out and less of a try to do less of meeting people on social media and try and meet people in person. I think that helps a lot. Try and come out of your comfort zone and maybe go to places where you wouldn't normally go to or visit. And I know in London here it's difficult striking conversations with people because it's not the done thing to do here. But still, there are people who are experiencing maybe the same things that you are. And sometimes it's just strike a conversation, and you might just hit a note with someone, and yeah, you might just find a friend somewhere.
That feeling doesn't last forever. First of all, like there's always a point where we feel lonely and we feel like it's never gonna get better, but we always find a way to get better and find our own things to make ourselves feel better and not feel that lonely, even if it's just, I don't know, cook a meal. your favorite meal, or experimenting in the kitchen, or just find your favorite spot in the city and just walk around.
I can't think of a particular example. However, um, finding yourself a group of people of varying ages helps you so much. Um, Definitely become friends with the work Linda, I'll call her. Mine was called Lorraine. Making friends with people much, much older than you, which will come so naturally at a professional environment, definitely helps you gather weird experiences and weird resources that will very minorly help you, but all these small things stack up. And finding connections with people who have already been there, or as well as going through the exact same thing as you, or are even a step behind, can really help you reflect on so many things. So I definitely think reaching out to a broad array of people at work, uni, new housemates, wherever, is really, really helpful.
One of the most important things for creative people is to interact with other creative people, because creativity doesn't, you don't come up with ideas within a vacuum. You need to get out there, you need to interact with other people. Um, you know, especially as a game art animation student, it's very important that, I interact with other game art students, to bounce off ideas from each other. So I highly recommend that, with students in particular, that you use the facilities. You come into university as much as you possibly can. The facilities are there for you to use, and to get, and to give you the opportunity to come and meet people. I think what a lot of students tend to do is, they spend a lot of their time. I mean, for me personally, spending a lot of my time in my room doing work and things like that. And sometimes, it's just good to get out there, just use the facilities as much as possible, come in as much as you need to, as much as you want, interact with your lecturers, interact with other students, because it's very important for creative people, to make sure that they interact with people, so, of other creative individuals.